Game on. We're back. X Games. What to talk about. Was it a spin to win? Here's where you'll definitely find the right take on that. That got pretty fucking wild pretty quick. I don't know enough about other grabs, but I guess that would increase the technicality. So I don't feel that excited to talk about this because I was the person watching that like, holy shit, how does he spin so much? But then I wasn't really seeing. I didn't feel like I saw other riders. We're diving right fucking into it because guess what? I feel self-conscious about this, but I want to talk about it. The more that you talk about, the more chatter there is about a certain event, the better. The more likely they're going to do more of them. And I like watching snowboarding. So guess what? We're going to fucking talk about it. It's not going to be good. I saw this guy spin and I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. On to the next one. That's my take on it. Fuck. I don't know what else to say. Dude, okay, here we go. What's the South part? They're taking their jibs. Their jibs. All these goddamn foreigners coming into America and just hijacking our fucking metal. This is Trump's America. Come on, guys. What's wrong? I thought we were on board with this stuff now. Those goddamn Asian guys are just... I think they're the Japanese... Did they? I think they won two. They might have won two. No, I think maybe Rocco Jameson. Those Pacific and South Pacific countries, New Zealand and China, that are so similar. Those motherfuckers are taking our shit. I don't know what was Red. Yeah, Red was in there. I think. I didn't even. I didn't even write them all down. The first thing I saw was... The first thing I wrote down was, God damn, this got wild pretty quickly. This got wild quickly. That's my first note. So I don't know if I was writing anything else. Here we go. Shout out Hasegawa. That Hasegawa... This is the note I wrote down. That Hasegawa kid landed at the bottom of the jump. We're talking big air, folks. Anyone that almost breaks their fucking ankles gets medal in my eyes. From just like flat landing a jump. If you send it too large, you come up short, we're chuckling. Even if you died. No, the scariest come up short to, I think this person's gonna, I think I'm about to watch someone break their legs, to, holy shit, that was hysterical. Was I think it was like a skier, no, I think it was a snowboarder that tried to backflip over a road, like a fully paved road, but huge snowbanks on the side, came up short, and just face plants into the side of the jump. It was hysterical. But if he pulled up like maybe 2 feet shorter, it was just like broken ankles on pavement. Where was I? Fuck. Big Air was pretty sick. Italian kid, Ian Mattioli. That was more Norwegian. Mattioli. As a rookie. Yeah, he just absolutely laced his 2160, and it wasn't... That's where I'm like, I don't know what the... Let me look up the actual podium so I can actually get results. I realized I made that joke and then just never double checked it. It feels like maybe a year. I don't know about a year, but several years ago, 1800s were like. I remember Mark McMorris being like the first, or being like a prominent 1800 figure. Like when 1800s were being landed, they were popped onto social media. I feel like that's where I saw them. All right, X Games Aspen 2025. All competitions. I want big air, snowboarding big air men. Oh, I was mixing it up in the chat. That was fun. Dude, the chat's the best, man. None of my... Oh, yeah, I had Taiga Hasegawa. Alright, event results. Yeah, it was Hiroto Agawara, Taiga Hasegawa, Rocco Jameson. 1, 2, 3. Mons Roisland. Oh, no. That's weird that they put him there. Yiming Su. It says in... Okay, so it's weird because Mons Roisland, it says he's in 4th with 27 points. So I don't think that's right. So we're going to bump everyone up. We'll put Mons at the end. But yeah, like the lowest like landed run, I don't know, I can't remember if Marcus Cleveland landed his. It was like an 84, 87, and then it jumps to, yeah, the top 5 were in the 90s. That's pretty good, dude. And so that's where I'm like, I just don't, and honestly, I didn't see, I mean, yeah, I guess, but here's the thing. Rocco Jameson had a fucking sick grab, and he got 3rd. And that was like an 18, I think he was doing like 1800s. Maybe he was doing a 21 and did the grab. And if that's the case, maybe put him 2nd. What did Taiga land to... What was his first... I don't remember what he did. I feel like... Yeah, that's where I feel like Rocco was like an 18. Taiga had a 21. And then... Dude, the fucking happiest guy ever. The best. What's his face? Ogawara. Oh, shit. Yeah, Rocco Jameson with a banger off the bat. Bloody Dracula grab and 2160 question mark. So maybe he did do one. Which means Hasegawa did, I don't know, maybe something else? Fuck, I don't remember. I guess I could just fucking look it up. Hang on. I'm gonna pause this. Car. Alright, so game on. We're back. Guess what? Back at it. Just immediately jumping back into a conversation. Taiga Hasegawa had the 21. Ogawara had the 23, so an extra 180. And then Rocco Jameson with an 1800 with a sick grab. The Bloody Dracula. The dumbest fucking name, but whatever. If it's ironic, if he's naming it ironically, like, then I'm in. But if he's like, it's such a cool name, I'm immediately out. Yeah, that 2340, I think that's what it was, in first place from Ogawara. Nailed it. That thing was fucking stomped. That was to bolts, dude. That was crazy. I think the coolest part of Big Air is when something is landed well, you hear this fucking like slap of the board like landing. And it's like, holy shit, the connection is just dialed. It's insane. That's where I'm like, oh, dude, how clean that was. I think that would be like someone doing like, it would be Nikolai Rogakin doing, or it wouldn't be Rogakin. It would be like Simon Godziak or like Eric Fedko doing a McTwisty, whatever the fuck, and landing it like super clean, or like the cleanest front flip. No, not front flip, because that's not big enough. Yeah, the twisty whatever. that trick is like so big that it's like, whoa, that's pretty crazy. What the fuck are you doing? You're just flying through, lawn darting through the air. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good example because I fucking hate that trick. These spinning in snowboarding is beautiful. There is something about it where it's just like, holy shit, like it's not like they're creating a new trick. It's like they're just adding on to it. So you're just rotating faster. That's where I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'll have a different opinion in a couple years. How about that? Come back to me and I'll be like, it's fucking ruining this. But guess what? For now, which is giving me a little bit more of a perspective on biking. And maybe that's where I'm like, I don't need the judges in mountain biking to completely erase the big trick, like giving points to big tricks. It just needs to be brought down a little bit. It can't just be like, all right, that's a big trick, that wins, no matter how like unclean it's landed. You want eyeballs on your event, right? So you want the big tricks. You want these riders who are just willing to chuck in these events. And that's fine. Like, you don't need everyone in the event. Everyone's purpose to be in the event doesn't need to be getting gold. And that's fine. Like, have massive trick guys in these mountain bike slopestyle events. Guess what? We're back on mountain biking. And we're back. So, like, continue to, like, give them second place. Give them maybe third place. Like, but start, and not like that's saying it wrong. That's saying it incorrectly. Don't give them less points. Just make cleanly landed tricks worth more. Right? Like, it's like pessimistic versus optimistic view, I guess, maybe. But that's the thing, is although the bigger tricks will be devalued, like that is the same, you get to the same end result, it feels more like pointed at big tricks, like you're bad. If you give them less points, maybe you should just make landing stuff cleanly worth more points. Because then it's like, just bring them up to the same, like Eric Fedko should be on, like, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe what he did wasn't that crazy. But he's doing, like, switch, whatever the fuck. I mean, Emil is like, yeah, that's why he gets first at 12 events straight or whatever the fuck he did. Because he lands everything so cleanly. That's why Tom Van Steenberg should have gotten a higher score at Rampage. Because he landed big shit pretty fucking cleanly. We're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about that. Positive vibes only. Fuck the refs. Fuck the white hats, dude. Those goddamn zebras don't know what the fuck they're doing. Am I maybe talking about the NFL refs now? Possibly. Another year down the fucking drain. No. We're happy. We're happy for playoff football. I sent a voice memo to my buddy. When the Bills lost, I was just like, dude. I just wanted to send everyone like the Sid the Sloth. They do this every year. Meme to like to everyone. Dude, it sucks. It fucking blows. We're not talking about that right now. I'm just gonna go down the line of everything that's gone wrong. Positive vibes only. Yeah. X Games Big Air was pretty lit. Craig McMorris is my favorite announcer, dude. Craigie Bear. He's my guy. Get this man. In my mind, when I type something into, dude, like I said, I was mixing it up in the chat, and I'm definitely going to keep doing that. Dude, live chats are so much fun. You just get lost in the madness. You can just say wild shit. And then it just keeps moving. That was pretty fun. People were saying we're getting pretty nuts on there. It's nice to have just like crazy time zones going on. People are delirious. You're like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, it's like maybe 4 o'clock for me in the afternoon, 6 o'clock. Not too bad. Someone's like, it's 4 a.m. in the morning and I've been up all day. It's like, all right, that sucks. Got that VPN so I could watch it on YouTube. These fucks. These pricks finally fucking figured out what I'd spend money on. God damn it. Capitalism, baby. They're getting. They got. It took them this long. They definitely weren't in it before. With $500 jackets from Burton. I was listening to this. I don't even remember. It was like some fucking core lord on the bomb hole. It's like step-ons are like bad for snowboarding. I actually, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that because I honestly didn't even fully understand his take. And it was like it was like the person just like it was like the conspiracy theorist like I'm just asking questions. It was that. It was pretty awesome. I loved it. It was great. Just hate watching it for like I don't even know how long the clip was, like 11 minutes. Even the host was like, dude, I'm fucking done with this. You're not saying anything. He's just like, I don't know. I'm just, like maybe it's not great for, you can't get this, not great for snowboarding. You can't get this. Are there like, are there reasonable options to like get in the market? Are you closing off the market to these to these lower level people and just making it a rich people's sport? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. It's like, okay, well, we can't like definitively answer those questions right now. So, great conversation, dude. This has been fun. I guess we'll just sit here for the rest of it. Because then every time they would come back at him, they'd be like, I don't know. It feels like, yeah, there are, like there were people that were included in that were involved in the market that are like, yeah, I mean, we have like, I think it was a Burton guy, so yeah, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was the rich person against the dumb person, but the dumb person kind of had a point. But guess what? We're not going to know because it didn't go very well. He just looked like a dickhead. It's like, yeah, I feel like the Burton guy was like, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of options to make like non-step-on bindings. Like, there's a lot of like strap options. There aren't just all strapless options. There's still like a bunch of straps. So I think, yeah, I think it's fine. I think everything's good. And he was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's good. I've asked. It's tough to make a cheap binding. It's like, yeah. It's not easy. That's like a different conversation. All right. Well, moving on from that, I'm just asking questions, guys. What else was there? Street was a little bit more street. I mean, it was still not like you're not like hiking up a stair set. It was still like, but I get that. Like, honestly, what they should have like a tow machine if they want speed. All right, gotta step back a second. The the setup was like snowmobiles like kind of took them up to the top and there was like a steeper run-in so they could get more speed and then you drop into the course, hit it. But I think they could make it even cooler if they had like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess the snowmobile was pretty chill. It was whatever. I don't know. It just didn't have. Now that I fucking listened to that dumbass bombhole podcast where they were like, it's not even street. Now I'm like a core lord, like, it's not even street. I want them hiking. I don't know. it is a competition. That's what it's there for. It's never gonna be. I think that's what it is. It's never gonna be the dicks like DIY street spots that Monster puts on. Just like Crankworks is never gonna be the backyard battle that also Monster puts on. So you know, I guess in that sense, yeah, like we'll do we'll do like yeah, we could do snowboarding up to or snowmobiling up to the top, shuttles up to the top. It would be cool. I don't know, just give it a shot. Just give it a fucking shot, guys. Just give it a shot. Put it in like put them like kind of close by, give them a tow rope, set it up like it would be in the street. Then like still have like wild features, like don't not do that, but just make it like more of like a when someone's like hiking back, and then make it fucking longer. Who gives a shit, dude? I guess again, this is a competition. All right, I'm back in. Keep it how you want. It works for competition format. You got to like burn through stuff. It's not somewhere you're gonna hang out all day. But then open it up and let the boys like do a streamable. I mean, this is where you can get like more athletes. That'd be sick. Get just like full on street athletes that aren't gonna do that are like I'm not doing a competition, but I'll come and like get clips and shit. Put me in charge of fucking Warner Bros. Discovery Sports, dude, or X Games, whatever the fuck. I got ideas. These are just coming to me. All right, Knuckle Huck. Oh yeah, I didn't even go over who won in street. Um, we're gonna head back. Snowboarding. We're gonna do street style men. Event results. Event results. Francis Jobin number one. Oh yeah, Nate House two. Benny Milam three. Liam Brearley four. Pat Fava five. And then like all these other names that like didn't make it to didn't make it to finals. That's where it felt like it did feel like this was pretty rushed. That was the interesting part. It was like, I mean, there's a lot of events. I'm sure they're not just like gonna do this all day. So that's the funny part. I'm used to football being like, all right, this game is gonna be 2 hours, if not three. It's gonna be 3 hours of your time. So to like, and I guess total overall with all the events, it was 3 hours. So I guess that's pretty cool. Yeah, that is nice. Being able to like split it up like that. But also, dude, I kind of like it all in one shot. I want it just like fucking feed me. Take one day, just chill out, like a morning, afternoon, whatever the fuck. Then have the other day to just go do whatever I want. But sorry, that was a fucking yawn. Dude, Benny Milam, I don't know, man. Did he disappoint? Hot take of the day. Are we disappointed in Benny Milam? He's so good, dude. Nate House was fucking popping off, dude. Dude, saw, dude. I've been saying that. Fuck. I've been using that like ironically, and now it's slipping into my vernacular. Knuckle Huck. Ziying Wang. Dude. This is where I kind of got the feeling of Spin to Win, where it was like this guy did three tame dogs, accidentally hit the tips of his board front and back while he was doing from one tame dog to the other. I don't know if it was accidental. I don't think they ever asked him though, and it kind of looked accidental. So it was like just how many tame dogs you can do. Where when like Dusty did this like pop off his, like I need to see a butter. I need to see a hand. There has to be a hand drag. Utilize the knuckle. Slide over it. There has to be. I think. Yeah. So Dusty Henriksen, I think, popped off like maybe his back into a spin, like tail like a tail butter or whatever the fuck, and then popped off his back. The Rocco Jameson, the Rocco Jameson, did like uh front like a nose butter to like a nose press to a backflip, and it that was that I feel like that should have won. Like what the fuck, dude? But fucking Xi Ying Wang just went too big. Humongous Wang. He went humongous. Wang did. He went humongous. Wang did. Big wieners, dude. We're making dick jokes over here, all right? It's fucking 7:30 in the morning. That's what we're doing. That's what we're up to. I gotta record these in the morning, otherwise I just won't do it. Oh, speaking of dick jokes, I there's this. I don't know exactly. I don't know if this is a dick joke username on Reddit, but something about it gives me dick joke vibes. And so, but this, fuck, I think I fucked it up. There's this, I don't know, this political stuff is like Project 2025 or whatever, and I think it's like basically like the Republican takeover. Um, and it is the way they point this out in uh on this picture on Reddit in the Indiana, the subreddit for Indiana. It was like it's like these dude, it's like blood red uh font underlined in big yeah, big font. Project 2025 has come to Indiana. And then you read through these and they pretty much are like just horrifying things. Require like HB 1231 by Representative J.D. Prescott requires public schools to post the 10 commandments. Yikes. Just shit like that. Just like a ridiculous shit where people are like, I'm scared of change. Fuck. Don't make me think differently. I can't handle it. I've been doing this for 55 years of my life. I can't change now. Take me back. Fuck. I don't like these new times. Everything's scary. I don't want things to change. They must remain the same. I can't handle it. Oh my god. Anyways, just the absolute like uh it's like criminalizing abortion as murder. It's another one. It's like bans abortion pills, criminalizes wearing a mask in public. That's also these are a little they're a little like I don't know exactly how much you can trust them because I think I clicked on a link for one of these criminalizing wearing a mask in public and was like that's pretty weird. Like that's a I mean not like all of these aren't fucking weird, but that one was like that seems very pointed. That's like a new level of like fuck you. But anyways, it was basically you can't wear a mask when you're like at a protest on a public property. Like at a public at a government building, I think. Something like that. So, whatever. The point being that this is like meant to like terrify you. And it's like, are we ready for this? Will Hoosiers stand up and fight for what is right? And then you go into the comments and it's like for the in the first the first comment is the user twice baked potato commenting for those of you crying fake news looking at you username pork swordsman. And then she lists I don't know if it's a she, but he, she, I don't know why I got the feeling they were a woman. Twice baked potato. But There's nothing. There's literally nothing here that says that. I don't know. Maybe because I saw like abortion and was like, well, that's a woman's issue. No, I guess we're getting fucking involved in that. I My opinion on abortion is that not to get political, that it's kind of it feels like it should be one of those like setups where it's like, yes, it definitely takes two, but like, you know, come on, it's a business. Deciding whether to keep a kid is the business setup where you have two partners in a partnership and one has 49% and the other one has 51%. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we both we both have pretty much the same financial stake in this. But at the end of the day, one person really has the last say. That's I feel like my kind of personally, my take on it is not for me, dog. That's your body, your choice. I'm not getting involved in that. But if you really like for these like fucking hardcore like Christian dudes, I guess it's not just Christian, but like people that think abortion is murder or whatever the fuck, or like really want a kid, I think you would be in those weird situations. I don't. Yeah, I guess they would be weird. Where it's like I don't know if we should keep it, and the guy really wants it, and the girl doesn't. I think I listened to one on like I think I've listened to one like on Stavi's World or whatever the fuck, somewhere where I've heard it where I was just like, yeah, okay, well, sure, make your case, but at the end of the day, it's a 49-51 split, you and her. So it's just yeah, whatever. So anyway, different topic. Let's get back to the main joke. Fucking looking at for those of you crying fake news, all like you're just reading these needs to put the 10 commandments back in school, criminalizes abortion even when the mother might be harmed. What else? Criminalizes wearing a mask, recognition, denies legal recognition to trans and non-binary Hoosiers, allows religious chaplains to work or volunteer at public schools. That does sound like they just want to get the kids fucking touched. They're trying to get the kids diddled at school. Come on. They're they're just dude, they're just trying to help the kids out. You know how horny fucking teenagers are. Just give them to the priests. Let them get their energy out. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Well, for those of you crying fake news on this, looking at you, pork swordsman. That's fucking perfect. Then all the links to these are like listed out below this. It's like it just people get so lost. They're having a discussion that, honestly, there are things that affect human beings and human life, and we're on the fucking internet, and we got twice baked potato and pork swordsman really going at it. What are we doing? What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? You get it. Oh boy. What else we got? What else do we got? Just yelling at people online. Rant. Ranting and raving. Man. All right. What else? What else we got? What else we got? Uh, I guess honestly, I've been. I went on a. I went out on a date. I went out on a date with this chick. My life in shambles. Right? We all know that. We're all well aware. It's my therapy session. Get the fuck out of here. We went over the X Games. We went through that. It's my therapy session. I get to talk about what I want now. I got to the business. Now it's pleasure. The pleasure is trying not to fucking kill myself, trying to just make it out alive, trying to get to the next day. Dude, that was. I've been looking at trades. I've been looking at the unions. Dude, these commie fucking pinkos. I'm not gonna let. We're not letting words. We're not letting words scare us here. We're not gonna. We're not pulling up. There's a couple words that we're pulling up on. Hang on. Hold up. Hold up. Hang on. I said there's a couple words that we're not gonna say. They've been proven to be, you know, very hot topic. Which honestly, the whole R word things, like the Redskins, like people are saying that feels bad. And honestly, but that's the thing. As long as it's okay, as long as it's you're not saying it maliciously, you shouldn't be scared of words. That's the whole thing. Is like I don't want to say that word, and I'm gonna try not to say it in the sense of just like using other words. But you also shouldn't be scared of words, right? Like you shouldn't be using that word. That's not something that you want to go around using. But you also can't be scared to say it when it comes to what you're talking about. Guess what? I'm dancing around saying it again because I don't want to. It feels bad. It feels mean. I just don't like it. It's not for me. Pinkos? That's pretty funny. That's pretty fucking funny. I don't know why, but that one just seems much less harmless. Certainly sounds racist, but it is kind of funny. Because it's like like what's the pink aspect? I always I honestly I thought it was because they were up where the cold was, so they were always kind of like red faced. I always thought that like maybe they just had a pink hue about them from being chilly, because that's what I look like when I'm cold. I don't know exactly what it is, but that is kind of fun. I think it's pink versus red. Red red sounds very pointed and like aggressive. Red, blood red. That's very serious. Bloody Dracula. It's very serious, dude. And we're back. But when it's pink, that's fun. Greenies, anything green related, that's pretty. That could be a who's someone that's green. What's a what's a racist slur like thing that we can put on an ethnicity that looks green? The frogs, the French. There we go. Oh my god. So there are certain words, guys, that we're gonna pull up on, but Kami Pinkos isn't gonna be one of them. That's too fucking fun to say. They're cold. Their little nosies are red, are pink. Yeah, red. See, red doesn't work there. It's not cute when it's red. It's very serious. Oh my god. Where the fuck was I? where where were we? Man, I was talking about, oh yeah, going into trades, figuring out my fucking life. I went on a date and asked, I forgot my keys in the van, so I had to like leave. I had to be like, oh, hang on one second, I forgot my keys in my car, because I was like trying to come up with a different excuse. Didn't have one. I already got my beer, so I couldn't say like, oh, left my wallet. So I had to just be like, just be honest, just be autistically honest, and just, oh, I left my keys in my car. I don't want the fucking my shit to get stolen. Let me go back and grab those. I was like, what beers are on tap? He's like, the sign's literally right above you. He didn't say that. He was very nice about it, but I was like, oh fuck. And she was standing right there. I was like, he hands me. I was like, I'll just close it out. Hands me the thing. Doesn't give me a pen, and I was like, are there any pens? He like points literally directly to my left, just jar of pens. And then I forgot my keys. It was like, what the fuck am I doing, dude? This is insane. I look insane. My brain is just so fucking scattered. I've been running around to I went to the electrical union, I went to the ironworkers union, and I went to the plumbers union. I applied at the ironworkers place. This one guy, he applied and was he waited for like 6 months, and he was like a mechanic before that. And I think they these trades seem to, like, I don't know why I thought any differently, but they definitely want, like, oh, you know how to like do some of this stuff already. You're gonna be higher up on the apprenticeship list. I think that's how it goes. So it's like, well, fuck, dude. I'm pretty far down on the list. So this guy got hired in like 6 months and was a mechanic. I'm a fucking accountant, dude. It's gonna be so long. I haven't the application for the electrician thing doesn't won't even open until maybe July, and then that's a whole process to get like into that, which is the one I think I really want to do. My buddy is in the trades and stuff, and I remember it was funny, like back in when I lived with him in Syracuse. It was always like I was making shit money working so many hours, and he was raking in cash as like in a union with sick benefits, always had money to blow, knew how to like plumb and HVAC and shit, fixed up the house that he was like had us paying rent in. Props to him. Like that's what I need to be able to do, dude. I don't have a 401k. I have no plan for my future. I'm like my plan is fucking emailing Dr. Kevorkian. So, if there's any way that I could just like figure out how to utilize skills that I actually am going to use in my daily life, that would be fucking sick. Because accounting doesn't do anything that allows you to like live. All it allows you to do is get you stuck into a job that allows you to make enough money that you can pay other people to do shit for you so that you can live. It's like, dude, I don't want to. I cannot rely. It's like fixing shit is insane. It's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be $10,000. Like, all right, this car. Something happens to an older car that you're planning on buying, right? I'm planning on getting an older 4Runner. Something happens. I don't even know how to. Like, I know nothing about the vehicle, so it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll take it to a mechanic and hope that they're not lying to me, which they obviously will do. Hey, you also need these things and upsell you on all this shit. It's like, do I really need it? Yeah, you probably should. All right, well, how the fuck am I going to tell the difference if I need it or not? Maybe going on YouTube? Maybe. But even then, I don't learn well by myself. I learn much better with like seeing it in person and someone explaining it and me being able to ask questions. Because guess what? I'm a moron. I don't understand things the first time around. I need to be like, wait, this? No, this. We just said this. It's like, okay, well, just double checking. I tried to do that with this like substitute thing. I tried to like not ask questions and go into it and be like, I'm doing the research, I'm figuring it out. Guess what? Signed up for the wrong thing. Like, because I didn't understand what was going on and I didn't ask enough questions. So, guess what? I need to ask questions. I've been cosplaying as a smart person for long enough, got my CPA, and like kept it moving and fucking sick. But it sucked. I'm not fucking smart. I need to I need simple things. And I guess that's the thing. It's like this isn't simple, but I don't know. I don't fucking fit in with these other people. I'm sure I'm not going to fit in with like the blue collar person either. I'm way more effeminate than those individuals. I'm way more in touch with my emotions. That's what I consider effeminate. Feminine. Whatever. But either way, it's like Like I'm not like I probably am not a shit talker. Like I think there's people way more, self-aware than me, and I'm going into the fucking lion's den of like people that used to bully me back in the day. I don't know. Fucking figuring it out. I'm not cool. I talk into a fucking microphone trying to make my life a little bit better. That's weird. Guess what? That's weird. Well, fuck you. It helps. What else we got? Looking at apartments. Dude, I'm trying to live near the fucking dirt jumps around the spot. That'd be sick. But that's the first house I went to. And I don't know if that's gonna I need to email back some of these. I need to email back this other place, but it's not in the place that I would like it to be. The first house that I went to see was the sickest house, for sure. But I don't know if it's like I do that way too often where I like look at the first thing. I get one idea in my head and then I'm like, that's it. That's what I'm going with. So I need to do research on other people cuz something that was weird about this house. It was all of like and I may have just misinterpreted this like it wasn't a quantitative statement, so there might have been levels to it. But the first house that I went to see was like we were talking and stuff and going well, and they were very very clearly like it was interesting. They seemed to have a balance. They were like, if we're during COVID, if we're wearing masks, like try to be cool about that. But like if you're not vaccinated, that's not as big of a deal, which to me is kind of like, okay, nice. You can understand someone that doesn't have like institutional like trust in the institutions, because guess what? They fucking failed us, dude. Look where we are. Just a part of the rat race. Another cog in the machine. Here we go. But anyways, I don't know. What is that statement even true? Maybe, possibly. Feels like we're being lied to all the time. Feels like we're just pawns. So, yeah, I guess I'll stand by it. Where was I? Fuck. Oh yeah, this room, there were moments of like, oh, interesting. You seem to have kind of an understanding and an awareness of others. That others are gonna have different opinions. Like there's different levels to trying to do good by others, right? Because like that's what we were told. You know, to do right by others, you have to wear a mask. To do right by others, you got to get vaccinated. To do right by others, you got to get boosted. To do right by others, you got to stay in your house. It's like, all right, well, some of those things I am willing to do, and some of those things I don't trust you guys fucking at all. you know? Like there is a certain amount of time that like I would stay in my house if it meant helping others. There like that's fine. There's that doesn't feel like it's going to be could the government then all of a sudden use that time to like just raid everyone and, take over the world? Yeah, possibly, but it feels like that's not exactly what's on the horizon. Now, could there be something that maybe was, pushed through the process a little bit too quickly for pure profit? That maybe isn't, the most well tested or good thing for your body? Potentially. That seems a little bit more likely. Seems like there's a little bit more profit motive behind that one. A little bit more of an actionable plan, as they like to call it in the finance sector. It's a little more profit driven, a little bit more well, well thought out, almost conspiratorial. Oh God. See, guys, that's the fun part. That's the nice part. The conspiracy theories are just like they're just like religion. They're just like reincarnation. They're whatever fucking belief that makes it a little bit more palatable than the actual truth, which is that we're all just gigantic pieces of shit who will stop at nothing to acquire more power and wellness for themselves at the expense of others. At whatever expense of others. We're on this fucking collision course with ourselves. And there's no getting off the same fucking track as yourself. You're fucking running from your shadow. We as human as the human population are just running from our shadows. We're just gonna crash and burn at some point. It's just a question of when. I don't think it's gonna be in my lifetime. I think we're good. I think we got a little bit more time. Wasn't the fucking weren't the Romans going for like thousands of years? Dude, we barely even started. Europe's been going for what is that? They've been over there since God knows when. You see what I'm saying? No one like we're fucking fine. It's not this it's not this fucking like, oh, maybe Atlantis was real. It's like there's conspiracy theories aren't real. The reality is that like the force behind human will is self-serving. That's all there is to it. I need someone on the other side of me to be like on the other side of the screen to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I need the comment section to blow up. I need comments. I need more comments. I need more aggro comments that I can comment back and be like, why are they being mean to me? Oh, because your beliefs suck. I gotta. All right, so I'm figuring out this apartment thing. I gotta look at I gotta look at different apartments. I can't just go with the first one. What they said that really bugged me. Jesus Christ, holy fuck, we're finally back to it. They were like, "Are you? Oh, quick question. Are you a gamer?" And I was like, no, but I mean, I would try that. I've been trying to figure out stuff to do so that I'm not always like driving out. I'm trying to save money on gas, so I'm not driving out to the coast to go surf every like at the drop of a hat every day. I'm not driving up to the mountain to go snowboard every day. I can't afford that type of. I don't think I can afford that type of expenditure on gas. So, I'm trying to find stuff to do around the house that isn't going to like cost me money to do it every time. Like I can buy, one of those fucking I got a yoga mat. So I can do some yoga. Sweet. Buy a like oh, that's what I got to do. I want to look up yoga videos on YouTube. Um I could buy one of those like fucking rolly boards. And like fuck around on those, like stand the ones that you stand on the cylinder and then put the board on top of it and balance. Sweet. There's something like that. What else? Maybe some dumbbells or like something that I can like stretch or like bands. I think I have some of those. Just shit that I can do like around the house or around Portland that like in the city doesn't that doesn't cost me money every time I want to do it. An upfront cost is okay, but after that, I'm trying to like keep the cost down. So I was like, I basically explained that much quicker. And and she was like, "Oh, are you a gamer?" And I was like, "No, but I'm like I almost said I have a PS4 and like a TV and stuff." And she was like, "Oh no, we're not. We're specifically trying to stay away from gamers. We don't want someone like holed up in their room." It's like, what? And that's where I'm like, that's where in my mind it was immediately like we don't want gamers. I guess like I know like I don't know. I guess I don't really know gamers or what they're like or if they're all the same, but it feels like, dude, I'll see some like hot chicks that seem like they say gamer in their Tinder profile, and they don't seem like the, incel type gamer. Now maybe dudes are different, but it was just a little weird. It's like, oh, you don't want someone that like keeps to themselves and like doesn't bug people. It's like that's what it was. It was like if you don't fit in with us, then we don't want you here kind of thing. Whereas, and I guess, in a home, I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah, it's like what kind of like do you want friend? That's maybe it's like it kind of came across like I want friends that I live with. Or maybe they've had experiences where it's like a gamer, like someone who games maybe doesn't maybe smells. So it's like that's what they don't want. Like they don't shower or they I don't know. It was just like what do you mean you don't want gamers? Like it should be based on the person. Like if someone comes in with like greasy ass long hair. Oh, that kind of describes me. No, like fat, smells bad. Like I don't know. You can see. So I feel like you can kind of see who someone is. That's like that whole like you can't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's like well, I don't know. Judge a little bit. Like I'm going to meet this person. I'm putting on jeans. Like I'm going to meet this person to look at their house. I'm putting on jeans. I'm specifically choosing not to wear sweatpants. I'm putting on a less stained sweatshirt. I'm not going in there like in a suit and tie. No. But I am going in there like this is what I would normally wear to this is the balance between underdressed and overdressed. We all kind of agree that jeans are reasonable things to ask people to wear. That's like the dress down still kind of look good thing. I put sweatpants on, everyone gives me shit. Well, fuck you, I like sweatpants. I always wore sweatpants in college, dude. It was the best. I never wore jeans. I wore jeans one time and someone was like, "Do you have a presentation?" I was like, "No." Shit, do I wear sweatpants too much? All right. Well, I gotta email these fucking guys back. This guy's asking me about I messaged another house farther away from all of the other things that I like, and also not biking distance to the dirt jumps that the first place had. But I just really that really bugged me. Like saying we don't want gamers is like saying you don't want it would be like someone saying they don't want mountain bikers. Like, okay, well, I'm a mountain biker, so what about it? What about me don't you like? When I come home from the trails, I'm not gonna smell good, you know? Like that's kind of I feel like every I mean, this person was like, "Yeah, I rock climb." Like, okay, well, that's probably not going to smell good. It's like, what didn't you like? Like, what don't you like about gamers? Okay, so you want to force someone if it's not anything else because it really didn't feel like it was anything else. It was like you just don't want someone like kind of keeping to themselves. So it's like, what you want to? You're gonna force me to engage with you, and that was the thing. It was like she was like, "You'll notice we don't have a TV. We have a projector." It's like, lady, I'm bringing as soon as I move in. I'm bringing it my TV. Like I have a 65-inch TV. You know what I mean? Like I need to watch fucking football, lady. That's the thing. I was just like, I don't know if I don't know if I would vibe with these guys. Like I might want too much time to myself. It feels like that's where it's kind of weird. Like, oh, and that I was like, I just want like enough space. Like, kind of how big is it? That's why I want enough space so that I can do some like yoga and stuff. Like, I need to stretch. And she was like, you could just do yoga like out in the main room. And that's where I was like, oh, okay, cool, nice. Like out in the backyard. Oh, nice, cool. but then like I don't know. And that's where it's like, okay, well you're making it like so normalized that it kind of feels good. Like I wouldn't feel like I have to do it in my room. It's just like a normal person, like we're all living together. That's fine. But then in the same instance, it's like, why would you want someone that just keeps to them? Why wouldn't you want someone that just keeps to themselves? It's just I can't. I should have asked more questions, and I didn't. And yeah, I didn't ask enough questions. But it's also that was also just like such a jarring thing for me. Like things start racing through my head, and I just like clam up because I don't know. It's like, whoa, what? Now my defenses are up, and all of a sudden my thoughts are like racing, and I don't know. I just, I get to the like autistic level of like, okay, well, I don't know what is okay to ask, so I can't ask anything. It's like, whoa, why'd you just say that? That's what I would ask. What does that mean? Oh well, we gotta fucking figure it out somehow. Looking at you, pork swordsman. That was fucking amazing. That was awesome. They're taking our rights as human beings. Soon will be nothing. The Handmaid's Tale will be a real thing. And for those of you that think this is just a joke, here are all of the links to these specific laws that are being enacted. It's real. I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at you, pork swordsman. Oh my god. What the fuck are we doing? Bye.